I mean, I went to, I think it was 2014 or 15. I went to an MIT internet conference, and I sat next to a core developer, and I asked him, I said, how certain are you that this thing's going to continue to work? That this code is stable and that there are no problems, and da 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 da. The block size is correct, and there were a lot of issues back then. And he said, not very. You know, I mean, he was honest about it. He said, he said, honestly, it's an experiment. I mean, we keep fixing. We think it's going to work. We don't think there's a back door. We kind of believe in it, but there are no guarantees. And sometimes I'll make a change to the code, and I'll go to sleep at night and thinking, holy shit, I've screwed the whole thing up. So, as you can imagine, as a money manager, I was like, well, shit, one of the guys who's working on the development of it isn't even sure of it. I can't put big money here yet. So I put small money there. I put, some money there in case it worked, but not enough. I mean, I wasn't Max Kaiser going all in, pushing it. I mean, he, kind of almost crazily believed in it, and he'd proven right. But it was from a risk management perspective, it was a crazy bet at that time. But I was there, and I kept learning and growing, and Sage's book came out, and so on and so forth, and what's just happened is just kind of been a linear progression of gotten completely orange pilled to the point where, the gold stuff is really kind of falling away, which is not to say gold is bad. It's analog sound money and has been for 5,000 years. But, Bitcoin's going to crush it in terms of performance, so because of the adoption curve. So that's a long-winded answer to your initial question. Why don't you ask another one? I'll get
No, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Thanks for all that context. And I believe one of the most impressive things is your ability to observe trends very early on. So getting into the internet, I know I've been in previous interviews, you were an early investor in Microsoft, being able to observe these. I wanted to touch on that. What was it about the internet that, because 1993, 1994, that's really early internet. I wanted to ask you what specifically it was about the internet that made you confident in that it's going to be this huge growth trajectory. And do you see any similarities with Bitcoin now?
God damn it!
Bitcoin now was it a similar situation?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I've said this before as well. I mean, I really do think there's a big analog here between the two things. I mean, they're both network-based, they both grow, they're growing kind of exponentially. Their value increases as more users come on. I mean, they're very much like, Amazon or Facebook or any of these, network-based kind of monopolies, in a sense, Google. So back to how did I see the internet was going to help be what it was. I mean, look, I can't say I saw it all with great clarity and certainty. I mean, if I had, I would have, bought, Amazon earlier and held it, and we'll talk about why I did it. But what I could see is I could just see the basic functionality. I mean, I knew that we were moving into a more digital world. I knew that we were moving into greater, more rapid communication. We had a Nobel network server in our office. We could send each other email. That was beautiful. And when somebody described the internet to me, this is Nobel for the entire world. You can send an email anywhere instantly, and somebody can get it. You don't have to, put it in a FedEx overnight. If they want to get it. It really was the fastest technology before the internet. I mean, when I was doing financial analysis on Wall Street and also on, as a venture capitalist in the 80s, I mean, if you wanted to get some information, there wasn't no internet, right? So if you wanted to get some information quickly, you had to call up somebody who would, get you a copy of it, and then you put it in a FedEx, and they would send it to you overnight. I mean, or they would take it to a fax machine, and you put it on the fax machine, you get a 20-page fax. Somebody's 10Q. I mean, this is the state of the art for moving information around pre the internet, which of course everybody forgets what it was. So I could instantly see when somebody described the World Wide Web to me, and of course in the beginning, you didn't have Windows, you didn't have graphic user interface on the internet, you just had green screen and email. But eventually when the World Wide Web popped up in 95 with the first browser, Netscape, it was like, oh my God, you mean to tell me somebody can put something up on a website, a document, I can click on that website, click on that document and see it, and I don't have to pay FedEx to send it to me overnight. I mean, it's just like, to me, it's just the user experience made it incredibly obvious to me that if this could spread, it was going to. Now, you know, it was hindered by a lot of things. I mean, you had these dial-up modems that were slow and you got dropped. You know, you had technology problems. It wasn't easy to use, kind of in the same way that it's not easy to do self-custody today. You know,
get the fuck out of here.
Parallel there. And I didn't necessarily foresee that broadband was coming. Although, you know, the modems got faster. I mean, they went from 2.4 to 9.6 to 14.4, and about that time, cable companies started to offer basic broadband and so on and so forth. And you know, you could see the technology just getting better and better, all to make the internet work. And so, you know, Krugman was saying it was no better than a fax machine, and I was saying, bullshit, this is a lot better than a fax machine, and the entire world's going to want to use it. And I remember it was hard to use, and I remember, you know, setting up my, you know, at the time, probably 70-year-old mother on her internet account. You know, she couldn't have done it on her own, but, excuse me, then AOL came along, and that made it a lot easier for a lot of people. And, you know, broadband came along, that made it a lot easier for a lot of people. So you could see all of that. So, you know, all of the, and you could see that there were problems, and you could also see that technology was going to be better. And I think the same is true of Bitcoin today. You know, there are problems with the
Yo, it's two of them niggas already in there. Fuck.
Lightning transaction. You know, self-custody is clunky and hard to do. You know, there's a lot of fraud. There are a lot of people getting ripped off. I mean, all of these problems are very big and very real, but they will all get solved because that's what people and entrepreneurs do. And so, you know, there will be continual breakthroughs, just like in the internet. You know, when we went from green screen to, you know, Windows, that was an enormous breakthrough. You know, and then we went from dial-up to broadband, that was another enormous breakthrough. And now here we are, 20, 30, 40 years later, and I'm talking to you halfway around the world real time. I mean, usually 10 or 15 years ago, you had to buy very expensive equipment to do video conferencing, and then the quality stopped. And here you and I are doing it for, I don't know what it might have to do, for a bunch of years, something like that. Yep. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's the exact same model. And, you know, in my view, Bitcoin is going to do for months what the internet did for communication and information sharing. You know, it made the New York Times irrelevant. It made, you know, I can't remember the name of the company that used to buy the 10Qs from it. They had a great big business, you know, just copying and sending 10Qs quarterly statements to you via FedEx, because as a financial analyst, you need them. It was a big business. Gone, you know, because you can just all online right now. I mean, but let me also talk about, you know, why I'm so confident about Bitcoin and how I miss. You know, well, let me tell you, give you some of my basic things about venture capital business. What I've learned, probably when I talk to new people going into venture capital business, one of the things I say to them is, look, the major thing that you want to look for in the venture capital business is, you know, Gene Kleiner was the guy who told me this, or told it, not me, but he told it to, you know, people he wrote about it. Is what he called dogs eating the food. You wanna look for, you know, something that is being used and there are more people using it every day. Okay, you want to look for obvious growth trends, and if you see an obvious growth trend, you know, then you can extrapolate it out and say, you know, something is growing. All other things being equal, it's going to continue to grow. And like, you know, one of my big winners in the internet space was a company called Netcom, which we put like $5 million into a $15 million valuation. That got sold to AOL for, I don't know, $280 million or something, and we made, you know, $100 million or something. It was crazy. And, you know, when we were into Netcom, it was a dial-up service in Silicon Valley, and the guy, you know, the guy started it out of a garage, and he had people literally just dialing into his server, which was then connected to a bigger server, which then talked to the internet, and he charged him $20 a month. And when I found the guy, I don't know the exact numbers, he had, you know, 500 subscribers, he was adding 150 every month, and the 150 was going down. And so it was kind of like, holy shit. You know, before we know, I mean, by the time he was done, he had 200,000 subscribers. So, you know, that kind of growth is just, that's evidence that something's working. And you're seeing the same thing going on in Bitcoin, by the way, right? I mean, there's just enormous, you know, adoption and growth and increased users and ETFs are bringing all that. Let me tell you about a couple that I missed, all right? So Amazon comes along and Google comes along. And when I started my own fund, the first thing I did was, okay, I'm going to start looking for growth at a reasonable price. And I found it in India. We were doing cell phone providers that were growing 40% a year and trading at 3 times earnings. So that worked. Okay. But I was looking in the U.S. as well, and I saw that Amazon was growing, and I also saw
missed it.
Google was growing. I mean, both cases, particularly in the Amazon case, they weren't making any money, and so I was putting my old finance lens on it and saying, well, yeah, it's growing, but they're growing revenues, but they're making it up and they're losing money and making it up in volume, and they were able to do it because of CERB. Okay, in other words, their cost of capital was incredibly low. I mean, Jeff Bezos basically destroyed middle and mainstream American retailers because he had no cost of capital. And so he could, he went around buying, tons of money for warehouses and warehouse picking and all that. You could foresee where we were going, and he didn't have any cost of capital. It was stunning. But he wasn't making any money. And what I didn't realize is he was running the old monopolist play, which is to lose money until you've got a monopoly, and then you can increase your prices and make a ton of money. And so I didn't realize that was the game he was playing. And so I thought it was a flawed strategy, and so I didn't invest in it. And I deeply regret that. The one with Google was similar, but they weren't doing it so much on free capital. What I couldn't understand about Google was I used Google, but I never clicked through on the ads. So I thought to myself, how does it, this doesn't make sense. I mean, these ad people, they're paying a ton of money on Google and to get placements on Google, but it's not working. And I was wrong about that, but because of that, I couldn't see it. But they were both very similar kind of network businesses that got more valuable with more users joining. So I'm not going to make a mistake, a third time. When I saw Bitcoin and I realized what it was a network of money, and it was growing, steadily and exponentially, and that everyone needs money, and that it is, truly the best form of sound money. I mean, as Taylor and Preston have said recently, there's no deflection in it. There's just 21 million of them, and that's it. It's just, to me, it's such an obvious, clear bet. And, you said price predictions. I mean, I have no idea where it's going tomorrow, or I don't know where it's going to be at the end of the year, although I'm guessing maybe 100K or something, but I'm absolutely certain this is going to be 200K, and then someday it's going to be $1 million, someday it's going to be $2 million, someday it's going to be $8 million per coin, I'm talking now. Because that's just the natural progression of the growth of a network. And so,
Fuck, I keep missing that same nigga.
That's why I'm pounding the table. I keep getting into it. Well, I'm paying too much. I mean, I was trying very, very low. And he knows my average cost is quite low. And you just can't bear to pay $50,000. Look, it doesn't matter. I mean, I paid, I don't know, whatever I paid. I mean, in the thousands for probably as an average. But Max Hadley was paying $2, and I don't regret Max. I just recognize that someday my average cost is going to seem incredibly cheap to somebody who's paying $2 million a coin. So it's just it's Sailor's point. I mean, it's going up forever, Laura. And so I mean, you can either decide, you're going to buy it eventually. People don't realize that. Everybody's going to buy this eventually. I don't think anyone realizes, or I don't think a lot of people realize it. You might as well buy it now, versus waiting and having to pay a lot more for it in the future.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the interview so far. I just wanted to let you know, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto and Bitcoin world, make sure to subscribe to our daily 5-minute crypto newsletter, The Crypto Nutshell. It's a daily email that gives you the top expert predictions, any breaking news, and top on-chain analysis all in a nutshell. We write it up every single day and send it to you for completely free. All you have to do is click the first link in the description, enter your email, and you'll get our email into your inbox every morning completely free. It'll make you a better crypto investor in 2024 and will make sure you stay on top of all the news in the space. But for now, back to the interview. Yeah, one thing I do want to stress, and I think it's so fascinating and one of the strongest arguments for Bitcoin, or that can sort of flip the switch in people's heads, is people like you and people like Michael Saylor who have a proven track record in investing, and specifically investing in the early technology or early internet companies, and then they're banging the table and saying this is exact parallel, like it's playing out again.
Oh yeah.
And there's so many figures that it's like, if you're just paying attention, it's like it's such a clear home run.
Yeah.
One thing, before we jump into Bitcoin today, there's one other thing I wanted to touch on in your story, because I think it's super fascinating. You said you started seeing red flags in internet companies in the lead up to the dot-com bubble, and you sort of started scaling out in that period. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you what the warning signs you saw during that period, and do you foresee any of them showing up in Bitcoin as well? Like, are there any bubble signs that you?
Yeah, that's a really smart question. You know, and the answer is nuanced. Okay, so you know, the internet really started to take off from an investment point of view in '95 when Netscape went public. And Netscape was the initial browser, right? And the run up from '95 to '98 was quite substantial. You know, if you go back and you look at some of the leading companies at the time, Sun Microsystems, the Microcomputer Company, or Cisco Systems, which is a router company, probably the most important piece of the infrastructure of the internet, they all went up quite substantially, multiples of their value from '94 to, say, '98. Okay, and it actually was getting pretty nutty. I mean, I was originally buying companies at 1 or 2 times revenue in the early mid-90s, 93, 4, 5. And by '98 they were selling at 5, 6, 7, 8 times multiples. And then in the summer of '98 something happened that's very relevant. There was a Russia had a crisis, and actually there was a crisis in the Far East as well. But the bottom line is there was kind of a currency event that then led to long-term capital management blowing up. Long-term capital management was a highly leveraged hedge fund run by a bunch of PhD geniuses in the United States who were absolutely convinced they had a money-making machine by playing the bottom of using leverage. And of course they blew up, as so many of similar guys like that do. And this was in the fall, summer, August, September. And they were big enough, and they had enough of the Wall Street players involved that they would have taken the entire market down and Wall Street down. And the Fed came in and they leaned on all the investment banks to basically bail them out, and they dropped those trades, they injected a ton of liquidity, and they more or less papered it over. And the one investment bank that didn't play, by the way, is Bear Stearns. Of course, that's why Bear Stearns was assassinated from financial crisis, because they hadn't played the game, and they were cartel. So that occurred, and that bailout, so to speak, and that cut in interest rates and that boost in liquidity got the next leg going. And honestly, I thought at that point in time, I thought, this internet thing has gotten a little bit frothy, and it's about to cool off. But I was quite wrong. It took off on another leg, and then it really got nuts. So from '98 to 2000, things went from 10 times revenue to 100 times revenue. And Pets.com did public, and you just had all kinds of insane shit going on. To the point where, just anything, you saw basic companies putting .com in their name. It was a nutty time, and my partner and I would sit around and say, there's only 2 guys left in the world that think that a company is worth its discounted future cash flow. Because at the time, what was going on is you had all these Wall Street guys, you had Mary Blodgett, you had Mary Meeker, you had all these other people, talking about, Blodgett was the guy who basically was, he was touting the shit out of these stocks. He was working at Morgan Stanley at the time, touting the shit out of the stocks, and internal emails, and said, this is shit. Which is, that's typical of Wall Street ethics, right? I think he was censured for it, maybe banned from security for a while. I can't remember, he should have been. Long story short, they were all touting the shit out of the shit out of this thing, and it went parabolic, really. It was nuts. They were all over the place. Even Scott Billy ran Sun Microsystems came out and said, I wouldn't buy my stock, it's way overvalued. He was very honest. And we could all see it, but we didn't know when it would burst. And of course, March of 2000 was when it did burst. And that interestingly occurred, just after the last liquidity injection, which was in the Allegheny Jet. Printed a ton of money because he was worried about this dead. But anyway, the story there was all of the excesses. The valuation extremes had just gotten completely nutty. And people were paying silly prices for anything that had internet in the name or .com in the name. And it just couldn't last. And of course, the last buyer showed up and then it cratered. So compare that to Bitcoin today, and compare that to the markets today. It's, as I said, the answer is somewhat nuanced because The
Yeah,
I don't think it,
bring your ass
I don't think it applies quite as
Shoulder
directly
back,
to
drop,
Bitcoin
bitch.
because you don't have a ton of
Look in the
Bitcoin
ass, motherfucker.
public companies, and you
I
don't
don't give a damn.
have the crazy price appreciation. Well, you do have some pretty serious price appreciation, but you don't have the nutty price appreciation recently that you had at the tail end of the experience with the dot-com company. Where it does apply to today is in a stock like Nvidia. Okay, I mean, I see, we're in a bubble driven by low cost money, and everyone post 2008, and I just tweeted about this. It's in the marketplace has basically
Fucking knew it.
in the stock market has basically learned to buy the dip, and I'm here to tell you that bear markets do exist, and I define a bear market as something more than a 20% correction. I mean. Recall that coming out of the 2000 bubble burst, the S&P went down 50%, the NASDAQ went down 80%. Coming out of the 2008 bubble burst, the housing prices could never go down in the country, which was a lie, by the way, they did go down in the 30s. But following the 2008 bubble burst, the S&P went down 50%. Some of the housing prices went to zero, and Lehman and so on and so forth. So, a lot of the people were involved in housing went down 80%. So, I think we've got another one of those coming, but at the sovereign credit level, which actually ought to be a positive event for gold and Bitcoin because they represent the antithesis of sovereign credit. They represent, distributed money that can't be printed by the government. And when I talk to investors, the thing I always point out is that we know that the government is programmed to grow the money supply, but we literally have to mathematically. Because otherwise Stein's law applies and it can't go on forever, it's going to end. So as a result of that, if one is trying to protect one's savings, one has to be in assets the government can't print. And the government can't print gold, the government can't print silver, the government can't print Bitcoin.
Hey, Tyler.
The government can't print housing, but they can tax it, it's hard to move around, it's illiquid. Yeah, the government can't print stocks, but guess what? Stock companies, the companies can print stocks.
That's how
they can issue more shares. And so, everyone thinks that stocks are a great place to hang out to protect from inflation. And look, in a hyperinflation, they do protect you. They represent a claim on the earnings power of a business. But
man said he going hard
during a severe economic downturn, stocks are going to get crushed. And so I would not be a participant in the stock market today, really in anything except perhaps the commodity stocks, which I am a participant in. Still have the fund with the gold and silver miners in it, and I'm committed to getting my investors out at a very large profit. And then at some point in time, I will transition the fund down. Probably spend most of all my time on things related to Bitcoin.
No, shit, he on bomb.
A better asymmetric bet than gold. I think gold will protect your purchasing power. I think Bitcoin will grow your purchasing power. So, and look, gold is analog sound money, Bitcoin is digital sound money. That's the way I view it.
Okay, I want to touch on this point a little bit more because I kind of understand it. And as you go down the rabbit hole, you sort of get sucked into economics, the sound money rabbit hole, you go deeper and deeper. And I've spoken to a few big figures in the space, but this is the one thing I can't really wrap my head around is we see inflation getting worse and worse, debt keeps ballooning, and then the interest repayments on that debt keep ballooning. I don't understand where this all ends. Where does this debt spiral? Do we see a massive blow-up? And is it in 10 years? 20 years? Okay, I don't understand. How do you foresee this? And do you see a big blow-up?
So you've asked the $64,000 question that really none of us have an answer to, and it's extremely hard to game it out and to know. I mean, look, first of all, nobody knows, okay? And it's all just a matter of probabilities. I mean, let's examine some things we do know. We do know that countries that have behaved the way the United States has behaved, and we know this from Reinhard and Rogoff's paper, have generally speaking ended up with debt crises, which either means that the debt becomes worthless, or that there is high inflation or hyperinflation. And so the debt becomes worthless is kind of an economic collapse where the debt cannot be repaid. And so it becomes worthless and inflationary. Or the debt becomes worthless because the monetary authority decide we're going to make all your claims to money good, and the way we're going to do it is just by running the printing press. And so, you know, that's Weimar or Venezuela. And then there are iterations between those extremes.
I mean, you know, my
you
opinion,
could
not really.
maybe just have a very
Yeah,
high
at the
period
same
of
time.
inflation during which GDP would grow, and if for some reason somehow we could suppress the growth in the debt, you know, you get back to a more balanced
I don't know why they said
rule. I
that.
mean, there was, you know, debt to GDP in the United States today is about 125%. Debt to GDP coming out of World War II was about 130% because we spent a ton of money to win the war. What they did in that instance, they actually put in financial repression, and they had yield curve control on the bond market, and so the bond market got robbed of because we had pretty high inflation in the early 50s and 60s, and bonds didn't pay for it. But we also had a much different country back then. You had everybody coming back from the war and buying cars and buying houses.
They about to join up.
The baby boomers from the hero
They want
generation
to
of World War II
die.
was young. They were just about to create a ton of babies. Demographically, they were creating a ton of growth. And so we kind of, quote unquote, earned our way out. We don't have that today. We don't.
Are you
we
fucking
didn't just win a
kidding me?
war. And the baby boomers are now old, and they're actually not contributing to society, and they're taking away from
I
society
can't.
by
They're
claiming their
that's all
Social
they're doing.
Security and Medicare benefits. Part of the reason why government finances are so broken up. So, it's extremely hard to know, but I think that we can assume there's several
You
things
hold
that
what?
do know. One, they have to print more money, or else the system will collapse. And then two, I strongly believe that they will print more money because they don't want the system to collapse. And as bad as inflation is, it's viewed as a lesser evil than having the system collapse. And for example, in 2008, Henry Paulson went to, Nancy Pelosi and said, "You got to give us TARP, or else the ATMs aren't going to work." I mean, this is the game that the Federal Reserve criminals always, banks and criminals always use. I mean, look, in 1913 when they set up the Fed, they basically created a system of heads we win, tails you lose, because they get to gamble with money, and they get to take a ton of risk. And all these guys in 2008 made a ton of money, and then when they were wrong, they got bailed out. I mean, if it was capitalism, they all should have failed. Lloyd Blankfein used to be on Twitter holding forth on all kinds of subjects, and I used to reply to him and say, "Shut the fuck up. You should be bankrupt. The government bailed you out," and he got off of Twitter.
We've got
that's it
passion,
right
we've
there.
got determination. I think if we set our sights on something, you better believe it happens. We always felt like our content was all about entertainment and being fun, but there was also this sort of professional business side. One of the things that we knew was basically essential was getting our own website, so people would actually see the proper official group
Hey,
moving
down
business
there.
to deliver.
Down that
We
road.
always had this vision of bringing things into existence that previously hadn't been seen.
This is the world's largest act.
Henry Paulson went to,
Like
Nancy
that?
Pelosi and said, "You got to give us TARP, or else the ATMs aren't going to work." I mean, this is the game that the Federal Reserve criminals always, banks and criminals. So in 1913, when they set up the Fed, they basically created a system of heads we win, tails we lose, because they get to gamble with money, and they get to take a ton of risk, and all these guys in 2008 made a ton of money, and then when they were wrong, they got bailed out. I mean, if it was capitalism, they all should have failed. Lloyd Blankfein used to be on Twitter holding forth on all kinds of subjects, and I used to reply to him and say, "Shut the fuck up. You should be bankrupt."
Get out my fucking way, you fucking
I got off
faggot.
of Twitter. I credit myself for doing that. Because I love Twitter. Say what you want to these people, and they are criminals. I mean, it's a heads they win, tails we lose game. And 2008 was just an enormous crime. It was just an enormous crime, and they're going to do that again. I mean, that's what's going to happen. They are going to, at some point in time, declare kind of quote unquote force majeure. And maybe, now there's some signals that maybe they're going to try and do it via war. There's certainly a lot of rumbling around about they're certainly trying to start a war. COVID was a nice distraction, allowed them to print a lot of money, and we just know that the next big print is going to come. And at some point in time, what's going to happen here is that everyone's going to wake up and go, we're in a situation where they are never going to be able to stop printing. And this is going to be kind of a Gresham's Law sort of moment. And at that point in time, people are going to abandon existency currency units of the dollar, and they're going to run like crazy into things that cannot be printed.
That low. That's cheap.
Gold, silver, Bitcoin, and to
Those-
just put a point on it. I mean, some people think they're too late on Bitcoin. I mean, we're such early days. There are hundreds of trillions of dollars of financial assets in the world. I mean, there's the equity markets worldwide are estimated to be 150 trillion. The bond markets worldwide are north of 100 trillion. So just those. I mean, skip real estate, skip a lot of other stuff. That's 250 trillion dollars, and there's cash and currency too. 250 trillion dollars of financial assets. All the gold in the world is worth about 13 trillion right now, and Bitcoin is worth about 1 trillion. So just think about it. What happens when some piece of that 250 says, "Good God, I'm getting fried here"? They're gonna create so much currency. My currency is gonna be really diluted. It's like watering the beer. I got to get out of here and get some kind of currency that I know they can't dilute. They're gonna that 250 is gonna come crashing into Bitcoin and gold, and so gold's gonna go to 10,000 or 20,000. Bitcoin's gonna go to 1 million. That's what's happening. Not tomorrow, right? Because the awareness of the masses, it always takes time. But anyone who's listening to this podcast is obviously thinking for themselves and somewhat ahead of the curve, and kind of realizes intrinsically that something is wrong. Something's wrong with the system. I mean, my kids realize there's something wrong. They're in their 20s and doing fine and can't afford a house. I can afford a house in my 20s. Not much of one. They can afford a condo. They can't. And that's just the function of the broken system. So, I don't know. I got off track. Bring you back. Did that answer
that was
you?
cool. Yes, it did. It was where does this all lead to? And I like your analogy that it'll be like a light switch as people begin to realize more and more. And I think, I'm in my mid-20s, and speaking to people, I think it's become a lot more in the front of people's mind ever since the pandemic. As you said, no one can afford a house, cost of living has exploded in every single major city. It's all getting out of hand, and people are sort of diving into the rabbit hole of beginning to do so and understanding why. Where, everyone comes to that money. Jumping ahead, I want to touch on Bitcoin today.
Sure.
Yesterday we dipped under 60K, which I think was a surprise to a lot of people. The entire year has been a watershed year. We saw the approval of the ETFs, then we had the halving. But ever since the halving, it's been popping around. It's sort of nothing over the last week. I'm sure you've seen the rumors about Gotch releasing 9 billion onto the market, the German government selling up to 3 billion. There's always the classic life cycles that go around. I wanted to ask what your thoughts on that were. Is it part of the course or any reason for concern?
No reason to concern longer term. I mean, that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, look, Bitcoin's a strange beast, and predicting the price moves day to day, week to week, month to month, the hell knows. And it's surprises you almost, at least in my experience. I've been watching for a long time. I just dollar cost average and hollow. I don't sell. So, the ETFs are an enormous positive development. They really are. They give a lot of money access to the assets.
Oh, bitch, I took you with me, pussy.
Even today, I mean, the assets. I mean, I think it was down to 60, or high 50s, 60. Look, it's still up. I don't know, 40% for the year. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's disaster. I mean, a year ago it was 30, and the year before that it was 16. So it's still kind of working, and it's going to continue to work. And so. I think the short-term swings aren't that relevant. I mean, I don't know why the price is where it is today. I don't really watch that sort of stuff that much. I mean, certainly the Mt. Gox coins are a possibility. I would think, I've noticed there have been a lot of hedge funds in short. I think they're going to get their faces ripped off. I also think that one explanation that was given to me, and I think this might make some sense, is that the having just I had a bar a couple months ago. Miners, the rewards in the second half, and some of them have Bitcoin on their balance sheets, and some of them probably aren't making much money right now and having cash flow issues. And so I think the miners are probably in a situation where the marginal ones are having to sell the coins they've got due to the life size, and they're just hoping that the price is going to go higher, but it hasn't yet. And we saw the hash rate dip a bit, not hugely, but somewhat. I would have thought it would have gone down more. And I'm guessing that there's probably some miners that are operating uneconomically right now that haven't quite thrown in the towel yet. They're leaving the machines on because they're thinking, well, it's going to come back up. And until we get to kind of that capitulation, and they say, oh, fuck it, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm turning these machines off. Cash goes down a bit more, and then at that point in time, it can come out of the blue. We all know how this thing happens. And the thing that's so wild about this asset is the way that it can really move and move fast. And that's why I say, like the hedge funds that are short this stuff, they're about to have a deeply religious experience. I mean, they don't understand. They don't understand. This thing can go up, 50, 100, 150% in months. And so, I mean, you're going to see those shorts are going to be coming pretty goddamn fast. And so I know Samson, I really like him a lot. He says $1 billion, within a year. I sure hope he's right. I don't think he is, but, I'm hard pressed to see how we're not at 100K by the end of calendar 2024. And I think this cycle takes us to 200 or 300K. And maybe at that point in time we're a little overbought. And, we come back around, come back down a bit. But it doesn't. I'm thinking so kind of multi-year. The ups and downs of the months. It's just like. In fact, I saw the 6 and I thought, maybe I have something else I could sell. I thought, maybe I should sell that and go grab this right now. I think if it goes to 50, I'm definitely doing that. I'm selling this other asset. So, it's crazy cheap at these levels, in my view.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. We wrote up because we send out a daily newsletter, we wrote up a little hopey thing because everyone, it blows my mind that an asset can be up, as you said, it was $30,000 a year ago, so it's still up over 100%, and people are losing their mind at a 5%, 4%.
CEO of Logistics, and I'm so pleased, along with our team, to issue our 2023 Sustainability Report. It is remarkable the achievements that we're so proud to deliver for our customers, our communities, and our employees across the entire country. What we've been able to do, not only just last year, but over the last 5 years since our founding, shows our cornerstone and our steadfastness in sustainability and leaving a positive and enduring impact to the communities that we operate. Sustainability has been a foundational pillar ever since the founding of Link, and through our rapid growth over the last 5 years, to we've amassed the scale of over 500 million feet. We've been able to use the insights we draw from that portfolio, in combination with our partnership with Blackstone, to really deliver and drive solutions for our customers going forward. Link has a unique focus on the way we can offer decarbonisation solutions to our customers. We really prioritise the value-oriented solutions for our customers to participate in. And over the last 12 months, we're so pleased for a milestone event where we've launched energy solutions, which really allows them to participate in energy procurement and other renewable solutions throughout the Link ecosystem. We believe with our data and insights, our scale and platform, our partnership with Blackstone, we can really deliver innovative solutions and replace power needs through solar and energy on our roofs, through energy efficiency measures like LED lighting, but then also work on infrastructure opportunities as we continue to work with customers to move more space and more power over time. We continue to operate as one team and prioritise our customers and delivering them service and solutions so their businesses continue to grow. The innovation that we're able to foster around the organisation while continuing to deliver positive and enduring impact amazes me every single day. Link continues to drive positive and lasting impact in all the communities we operate around the country. Whether it's our foundational partnership with Core Giving, again in 2023, where over 900 of our teammates were able to volunteer at 26 food banks around the country, delivering food to those in need, specifically childhood hunger, which is an epidemic in the US. In addition to that, we have our community grants program. We've donated over $6 million to over 50 local and hyper-local needs. We really are striving to leave communities better than when we arrived. Link's culture is the core of who we are. It's a place of belonging, it's a place of enthusiasm, and it's a place of encouragement and empowerment. We really strive to be as inclusive as possible. We launched Pride last year, which I'm so proud of, and it's one of our 4 ERGs. The culture really resides in the people of Link, and every day, the way we engage and interact with one another, and the way we make each other feel like we belong, really is a testament to the
No, how the fuck he flew that bitch in the spot, bro? I was
best-in-class governance, when you operate at the scale of Link Logistics, is our responsibility to deliver to our stakeholders, which includes shareholders.
And if you actually go back and look at 2016 and 2020, immediately following the halvings, you saw this dip sell up, which I think the miners capitulated as well. So it's happened before. We've seen it happen before back in 2016. One point to touch on that. I'm seeing you aren't a huge fan of Plan B's stock-to-flow model. He did a disservice to people back in 2021 when he said 100% going to 150k. Do you think are you in the Michael Saylor camp in that all your models will be destroyed? It's too much of a beast to try and model it, or do you think? Are you familiar with the Bitcoin Power Law model?
Yeah, I am. I trust you with this, Frank, and I respect Giovanni. Yeah, I'll comment on that. I mean, look, you can't throw that out because mathematically and statistically it has worked. I mean, there's a 97% correlation, you know, looking backwards, admittedly, with the model that they've developed. And so, you know, as a base case, you know, I placed some weight on that model. It's quite positive, by the way, and it gives them a lot of leeway because they do point out that, you know, they have a curve, they have a line at which they think it should appreciate by, but they also point out that it goes above and below that line, sometimes as much as 1 or 2 standard deviations above, which would get you probably to 150, 200K today, and sometimes half a standard deviation below, which is kind of where the 15K was, you know, a while back. So, you know, so all other things being equal, I don't dismiss that model. What I think, you know, I'm with Saylor though, in that I think that that model could break, and let me explain why. This goes to kind of the Gresham's Law piece of it all, and that is to say, and kind of the Malcolm Gladwell adoption curve. I mean, at some point in time, you know, we're kind of, I kind of estimate we're at about 10% adoption of this thing, you know, worldwide. You know, I should say developed worldwide, because, you know, third worldwide, not even close, but, you know, developed world, I mean, I'd say maybe 10% of the investors in the world have some or are aware of this. Maybe I'm high on that, but, you know, at least they're aware of it. 10% of the world's aware of it. And, you know, if suddenly, you know, the monetary debasement gets a lot worse, and that occurs very quickly, i.e., you know, let's just do some scenarios. Stock market blows up, bond market crashes, Fed comes in and says, we're doing yield curve control, which is basically saying we're going to buy all the bonds necessary to prevent interest rates from going to the moon, right? Which is what they did after World War II. Fed balance sheet goes from 7 trillion to 20 trillion, which is what it would do. Because the bond market would say, sold to you, Fed. You know, i.e. a big print, a big monetary event. You know, Bitcoin and gold are going to take off like smoke dogs, and so that would break, in my opinion, could break, you know, and then it becomes self-fulfilling, right? Then everything's kind of like, you know, this is like, you know, fire in a theater, right? I mean, a few people sniff it, and they hit the exit. A few more people sniff it, they hit the exit. Somebody finally sees fire. There's a fire here. Everybody wants to get the fuck out now, okay? Well, that's breaking the power law model, right? and that's Gresham's law on a massive scale. If and when problems become so pronounced and so widely known that everyone decides, I got to get the fuck out of these currencies right fucking now, okay? Then you're going to see, Bitcoin go to $1 million or $2 million. It's hyper Bitcoinization, really. And I think that's, I don't put a 50% probability on that, but it's not a 0% probability. It's maybe as high as a 20 or 25% probability. That kind of an event occurs in the future. Now, if the monetary authorities were able to kind of, prevent that big clinch and prevent that loss of confidence, well, then it might just continue kind of be adopted along the power line. But we don't know. We don't know. I mean, historically, if you look at other monetary systems, there's a lot of history that supports the case I'm describing. It could, that could happen. It's somewhat different this time. We have otherworldly good things, etc. So, tough to say. And, some people call me a doomer for, saying that hyperinflation is our future. I mean, and obviously hyperinflation would be very painful, and I'm not rooting for that, but, and I'm not a doomer. I'm very optimistic about how the world will work and look once we get through this broken money period that we're in, as Lynn's book is named. I mean, but we do have to get to the other side, and getting to the other side is likely to be unpleasant. I mean, there's got to be winners and losers here. It's not just, we can't just snap our fingers and have a new great monetary system and nobody's going to lose. I mean, the losers might be the fiat masters, but somebody's going to lose. And you can be sure that the fiat masters don't want to lose. They're going to do everything they can to screw the sound money people. So, it really is kind of a war. And, we are all sound money warriors, and we're taking on fiat people, and we're going to slay them. So.
No, fantastic. Yeah, I've heard that perspective before, but I do agree with you that
what the fuck?
That the Bitcoin Power Law model could break the
Back up.
But yeah, you look at you look at debt, you look at everything going on, and it definitely is a real possibility. I've mentioned it a few times before, but I will ask it just because I know the audience loves it. Sailor, and when I meetings, we've just entered the Bitcoin gold rush, and we're going to see the majority of adoption and the lion's share of the price appreciation over the next 10 years. We described Bitcoin at around 100,000 this year, and then in this cycle reach 200,000, 300,000. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. And by the way, I agree with you. I think what he's describing is we kind of hit that tipping point where these next 10 years are going to be really good. Yeah.
And do you think that's when we see, estimate we're at about 10% adoption, that's when we see the majority of adoption and the majority of the price appreciation? Do you think we go up on average?
At iBuyDirect, our virtual channel helps you find a favorite pair this holiday straight from your device. iBuyDirect.com.
As the founder of our family of brands, I'm excited to announce the pair hottest this year. Incredibly sweet and juicy, Royal Riviera pears will be the crown jewel of your fall gatherings and celebrations. Get yours today.
Average at about 40% compounded.
Oh,
do
it's
you
cool.
think
Let's
that
say pool.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's slightly higher than the power law. I think the power law has it at 40% for a few years, then it kind of trickles down into the 30s and 20s. But yeah, that's how I see it, pretty much.
Fantastic. And I wanted to get your insight on this question because you mentioned that you don't self-inflict all the way to the lower cost averaging into it, and you have a fascinating case study in your buying of Microsoft and then selling. So I wanted to ask you this question. The most persistent questions we get back to us on that newsletter is people thinking they're late to Bitcoin. Back in the day, it was a big deal to get to one whole Bitcoin, and now it's sort of changed to 0.1 Bitcoin because cost of living's up. People can't allocate as much capital to it. What would be your response to early investors or people that are using Bitcoin that they can just get to 0.1 and they're thinking that they've missed the boat on it?
Well, I don't think anybody's missed the boat. I mean, I think we're still very much in the early days. And going to 10x and it's going to 10x again. So
Yep, he's on the
I mean,
stairs.
from an investing point of view, you don't want to miss something that's going to go up 100x and maybe 1,000x if you're talking 15, 20 years out. So I don't think, and point one is going to be a meaningful amount to have. I mean, being a whole coiner is going to be an enormous deal in a few years. And so, I don't think that this is both. I mean, I think you've got to understand, what's going on here and the way this can continue to compound in value. Cited the Microsoft example, and I told the story in Europe, when I was on the stage with Sailor and Lynn Preston, and I bought Microsoft at what would now be split adjusted 6 cents, on the stock it was hundreds of dollars, and so like 4,300 times your money, 4,300 times your money, right? I mean, it's nuts. And I bought it in this is in '86 when they came public, or '87, and I sold it a few years later in order to buy a condominium because I made money on it. Well, yeah, it's a good investment, but I needed the money to buy, a place to live. And so I'm not angry at that decision. I'm angry at the fact that I didn't sell 2/3 of it and keep a third. Do you know what I mean? And find the other third somewhere else. I probably could have found it. There's something I could have, done. Some way I could have gotten the other third. But anyway, and so I think that the key is, people don't understand the value of compounding something in 20, 30, 40% a year over a bunch of years. I mean, this is how great fortunes are built. And so,
He's above me.
and this is a truly unique asset. Just as Microsoft was a truly unique asset. I mean, they had the protocol, so to speak, for running PCs. And PCs were, about to go from being an expensive toy that, replaced a typewriter or, Wang word processor, to becoming something that everybody had 6 of in their houses. And so, and every single one of them that ran Microsoft's, software needed their product. And of course Apple came along and was an alternative. But the point is that, and that's what's going to happen here. I mean, everybody is going to need Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going to be the monetary standard of the next, millennium. And so it's kind of like, Jesus, I mean, here you are, you got a chance to buy this 15 years in for something that could last hundreds, if not 1,000 plus years. I mean, you're not too late. You're really not too late. So my view is, buy what you can, forget about it, and sit back and enjoy the fact that in Bitcoin terms you're going to get, in fiat terms you're going to get richer and richer as Bitcoin becomes more and more of a replacement for fiat, because it's just a much better form of money. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, some people are like, well, it's magic internet money or whatever it is, or you guys are all a cult, or it's a bubble. Or, no, it's none of those things. This is a technical innovation. Right? What? This is the invention of provable digital scarcity. And so, I love the way, Sailor in some of his recent talks, he's talked about how, inventions happen and then they change the world, and you can't go back. I mean, the way he was recently talked about how, when a guy invented a perfect clock, we were then able to, and I've been at Greenwich Mean, the Greenwich Mean Academy, or Greenwich Mean Station in London. The ships were able to set their clocks to a certain time that allowed them to then use a sextant to shoot, the stars and figure out where they were and navigate.
I kind of hear him.
So suddenly navigation became usable. The same way that optics the ability to look at the stars, which blew up the Copernican model of how the stars are circulating, are related. Suddenly, we realize that we're circling the sun, not vice versa. And so, the printing press comes out, and could you foresee that the church was going to fall, and that everyone's going to be able to read, and we're going to have libraries, or that we're going to have the internet where you can really get any piece of information anywhere in the world instantly? I mean, no, you can't really foresee these things. But here we are. We've invented a form of money that solves the biggest problem that every form of money has had for thousands of years. Thousands of years, money has been debased. Full stop. There's no money that hasn't been debased for thousands of years. Even gold. gold, you know, it grows at 1.7% a year, 4 years.
Oh, he's in
twice
B.
as much gold on the planet. You know, it gets
Great.
debased. Now that's a lot
Got it.
sounder than fiat,
Yeah.
which grows at, you know, in the U.S. 7 or 8% a year since 1971. But monetary debasement has just been a fact of life for thousands of years. Bitcoin just solved that. Totally solved it. Completely,
Well, it is
you know.
4 on 6.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Guess what? The world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
it's 5 on
Yes.
6.
Back. Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Sure.
Somebody got to do it.
It's true.
Somebody got to do it. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody.
Sure, man. So much going on in the world right now. Happy Thanksgiving in advance.
Yes.
Everybody that's out there.
Yes.
Safe travels. A lot of people traveling this week. And we got a lot to talk about today. We got a special presentation for Ian. We're trading and investing. Haven't done that in a while. And we got our Black Friday surprise that we're going to roll out in a little bit. First and foremost, I want to welcome everybody back. Market Monday. I want to say thank you to EYL University chapters that had their National Day of Give Back over the weekend.
From the stairs and ran.
Yeah, it was. You want to give some details?
Yeah. Shout out to everybody. It's one of those things, man. During the time of the holidays, it's always important to give back. And as a community, as a regional groups on the side, we said, let's figure out how we can do this unified. So shout out to everybody in Detroit, shout out to everybody. Like everybody throughout the United States that decided to give back, giving out food, giving out supplies for those in need. I know we got one that's actually happened today. So shout out to everybody, all the organizers, the regional chapters, the headers. We actually popped up at our at Atlanta one and met with the people. So yeah, man, giving back is important to us. And so shout out to everybody that took part in it. You should too. And shout out to Dykeman. Shout out to everybody that was on Dykeman too, giving back as well. We was out there representing giving back to our community. That's incredible.
That's a fact. So yeah, shout out to
Hey, y'all pay for putting it up too.
University chapters out there, everybody putting in work, volunteering time. Art Basel, we are back live in the flesh. December 5th. So 4th year, you know, we've got some magical moments in Art Basel. We had Ian at Art Basel before. We had Sean, we had DJ Khaled. We've had Pusha T perform. We had Fat Joe talk and perform. We had Just Blaze,
Crazy.
DJ. Art Basel has become a cultural moment for us, partnering with United Masters and the good folks at Ally. And this is our pitch competition. This is the end of it. So we're going to announce the winner of the $50,000 pitch competition. And we're going to have some dope combos, stout. We're going to be there. We're going to have some musical performances. It's going to be a vibe. So December 5th, this is free. 100% free, but space is limited. So if you're in Miami, December 5th, kicking off Art Basel, beginning of Art Basel. Go to our website right now. And RSVP is at the top of our website. Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
But you must RSVP to attend. Space is limited. Miami, Florida. Like I said, we always have good vibes at Art Basel. Miami. Facts. And shout out to my brother Chris Gotti too, man. I went to the Clash Pro League yesterday. It was a very dope situation they got. They actually created a professional for streetball players, and pretty dope.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, so shout out to Chris and shout out to the whole Clash Pro League. Ian, any announcements?
If you want to hear us from Mark, you go to invest.com. If I made you money, please put us in chat. Let's have an amazing show. And I know some of y'all missed out on the crypto run, the tech run. Where have you been the last 4 years? I'm sorry. As of December, after I leave Miami with them, hold on. I'm sorry. Get ready for 2025.
You lost 4 out of 6. Why are you so
Disclaimer?
Yeah, y'all know how this works, man. Do your own research. The best of the books, you got a good brother there in the region, a good brother Ian Dunlap, the master investor himself. Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with, or independently research and verify any information that you find on our show and which to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise.
Y'all know how this works. Continue to do the research. Shout out to everybody that's doing the research. Shout out to everybody that pulled up to our class on Thursday. Everybody in EYL University. And it back to the regional groups. Big shout out to Ashanti and Lakatra for helping organize that day. Get back out. I don't want to forget to mention them. Shout out to them. And shout out to Mercedes inside of EYLU too. It's her birthday today. Shout out to Mercedes.
Happy birthday.
And our good brother Jay Goodwin.
Oh, his birthday?
Yeah. Shout out to Crew Love. Shout out to Crew Love. Crew Love, my brother. Happy birthday. Yeah, keep doing.
Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's guide, we'll be teaching you how to use TradingView's smart AI indicators that have helped us to build a portfolio that has grown by over 15 times since the beginning of this year. With that, let's get started. About a month ago, after TradingView officially announced their partnership with OpenAI, the creators of the well-known ChatGPT, they integrated smart AI into their charts, which is now available in developer mode. These AI-powered tools can accurately predict coin movements by analyzing multiple factors. You see, they help you to see which coins that large investors have been accumulating over the past few years to potentially drive them to the moon, and which ones might not be worth buying to avoid becoming exit liquidity. We'll teach you how to use the indicators that professionals rely on to find tokens or meme coins that may significantly boost your portfolio. So with that, let's dive into the guide. All right, step one. You're going to need TradingView on your PC. If TradingView is already installed, just skip the step. You can find the desktop app by clicking on the More button in the top menu on the official website and selecting Desktop App. The installation process is so simple and takes no more than 2 minutes. Now step 2, after installation, update the TradingView version to enter developer mode. In order to access AI functions, you need to enter developer mode by using the command line on your computer. The easiest way to open the command line is to press Win, press R, type CMD, press Enter. You can also find command prompt through the start menu. Now after we've opened the command line, copy the text that I'll attach in the description of this video, and just simply paste it into the command line, and press Enter. Yeah, now the update process will start immediately. It may just take a few minutes. After the update, you'll see a message in the command prompt indicating that the update was successful. After that, you can start trading. Great, as you can see, the interface has slightly changed. We've entered developer mode, and we're now ready to do some research using those AI tools. We'll show you how to do it. First, let's start with our favorite token, SUI. According to insider information, the entire circulating supply is in the hands of funds and market makers. So, let's open the SUI USDT pair on TradingView. As you can see, on the chart, AI has marked to which this token is expected to punch in the near future, along with the probability of reaching its targets. A 100% probability indicates a rise of $7, while the orange chart shows that there is a 33% probability of an increase to the $15 zone. Now, even though it shows a 100% probability here, it is still an AI tool that occasionally makes mistakes. However, this token is worth considering as a good medium-term investment. Or for example, let's take a look at how things are progressing with Solana. It's unlikely to show significant gains in this bull run, but it's opened the sold USDT. As you can see, according to the indicator, there is a 70% probability that Solana will drop to around $70 in the near future. Only a 15% probability of rising to $250. But we can see that the token is currently in a distribution phase, which means that whales are holding the prices and selling their tokens. If we buy Solana now, well, we'll likely become exit liquidity for them. So we'll skip this quote. Now in this way, I've already assembled a portfolio of 6 promising tokens for the next bull run, which I expect will happen by the end of this year. So do your own research using AI charts, and we would love to hear your experiences in the comments below. We thank you so much for watching, and if you found this content useful, please subscribe, like, or even dislike this video. You must, because all your reactions help the channel to grow. And look, remember, the market is full of opportunities like this. You're just a few clicks away. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Ça toute sa vie.
years ago. Is that
Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe, Popcat, Bond, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, Inu. What the heck are these cryptocurrencies? Meme coins. Meme coins making millionaires out of random $10, $50, $100 high-risk, nonsensical gambles. How, what, when, where, and why? Hello, I'm CryptoCasey, and in this video we are going to demystify the most silly, elusive, and batshit insane categories of cryptocurrencies that have ever existed, continue to exist, and are likely to stay. Meme coins. We are going to justify the disgusting valuations and why statistically we have a higher probability of hitting it big on meme coins than the lottery. You know, that's it. Please be sure to check out our sponsors, Ledger, Sandra, and GoBig Trade. As crypto investors, we need to diversify technological risk by owning and using multiple dedicated hardware wallets to secure our crypto. Ledger offers premium crypto wallets with extra security layers like Ledger Stacks and Ledger Flex. It's the best discount on the market that comes with $10 per Bitcoin. Tandem Wallet is the most affordable and easiest crypto wallet to set up on the market right now. It's the size of a credit card, multi-currency, multi-chain, and it's perfect for beginners and advanced users alike. And diversify your investment strategy by generating profit off of the volatility of the crypto markets using GoBabyTrade, an AI-driven robotic crypto trader that connects to our Coinbase account and trades 24/7. We've been getting a ton of great feedback in the past few months. Join one of the free weekly webinars to learn more. So go down and use links below to redeem any special offers they have for us. Please look at this and let it sink in. These are the total market caps of completely useless, literally no use case, literally created by copy and pasting open source code and slapping a picture of a meme on the logo. Literally created as complete and utter jokes or laughs. Meme coins. First, what is market cap? Market cap is short for market capitalization, and it simply means all of the total dollar value invested in an asset. And the total value is determined by multiplying the amount of outstanding shares of a company, or in our case, the total amount of tokens of cryptocurrency, multiplying that number by the current price per share or token. So for example, if there are 100 tokens and the price of each individual token is $1, then the total market cap of the cryptocurrency is $100, because 100 times 1 is 100. Easy and straightforward enough, right? Cool. Now let's check out the total market cap of some of the top performing meme coins. Starting with the most notorious, long-lasting meme coin yet, Dogecoin. Price currently at 19 cents, a total market cap of $28.7 billion. Alright, let's put that into perspective. eBay has a total market cap of $29 billion. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, HP, has a total market cap of $28 billion. Kellogg's has a total market cap of $27 billion. Robinhood has a total market cap of $26 billion. These are real businesses with real products and services that create value in society, with the same or less total valuation than a useless piece of code with a dog logo created as a joke. Wild. Wait, there's more. Shiba Inu, with the current price at 0.000018th of a cent, the current market cap is $11 billion. For perspective, Logitech market cap is around $12 billion. CarMax, $11 billion. Turkish Airlines, $11 billion. Subaru, $11 billion. LG Electronics, $11 billion. Shiba Inu, useless, right up there with entire airline and automobile companies. LOL. Pepe, new kid on the block this cycle, price at 0.000010%, $4 billion market cap. Perspective, Mitsubishi Motors, China Airlines, Macy's, Nikon, Hilton Grand Vacations, Mazda, Under Armour, also $4 billion. How, what, when, where, why is this even happening? Let's explore 7 aspects of the culture around meme coins that give some meaning behind the madness of the valuations of completely useless tokens, created as nothing more than a joke for a laugh. 1. Rebellion against traditional finance, or TradFi. Meme coins are simply a lighthearted, sarcastic response to the current, corrupt, Fugazi established financial system. By creating and investing rather gambling on these coins, we are mocking the stubbornness, seriousness, and hacktivization that TradFi will and uses as a front, a distraction from the fact that it's all literally a scam that is becoming more blatant day in day out. They have their scam, and now we can create and invest in our own blatant scam without the rigidity, without the lies, without having to hide the fact that it's a scam. I have a new saying in life. Check it out. Most of life is about choosing out a scam. Owning a house, scam. Not owning a house, scam. Owning a car, scam. Not owning a car, scam. IRA, scam. No retirement account, scam. Kids, scam, no kids, scam, cats, scam, no cats, scam, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe, scam, no Dogecoin, no Shiba Inu, no Pepe, scam. Get the idea. 2. Power to the people. Meme coins empower average people like you and I to participate in the market, especially those of us who aren't accredited investors or who don't have full access to the traditional banking system. It's actually pretty crazy how many people around the world don't have access to or the ability to open up a bank account and participate in the most fundamental and basic aspect of the payment system. The decentralization nature and underlying transparent and enable technology of cryptocurrencies allow anyone to invest, gamble, speculate, risk it all, to potentially realize incredible gains in a relatively short period of time, in a simple, straightforward way. Meme coins are highly inclusive. It's family, free. The absurdity of value. I mean, we just covered this bit. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and Pepe have higher market cap than airline, automobile, and big tech companies, and thus challenge the conventional notions of value. What determines value? The market. Because what? With crypto, the market isn't just suit and tie guys. We are the market. What started as just comparities now command more value than big businesses with actual products and services, which adds to the absurdity of it all. The value is pretty much anti-value. The more useless it is, the more compelling it is when it comes to meme coins. The value of meme coins isn't grounded in typical metrics. It's value derived from cultural hype and shared humor. It's a beautiful, glorious thing.
Ready to tackle your debt? We can help. A Stretch Financial Wellness Vision subscription can help you visualize your debt picture, boost your financial IQ, and even submit payments directly through the app. Sign up today at hellostretch.com.
This holiday, Verizon will turn your old or broken phone into a gift. Anyone can trade in any phone in any condition and get Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus with Galaxy AI and Watch and Tap. All 3 on us. Even if your phone is old or dated, you can...
4. Community and belonging. Meme coin culture fosters a warm, accepting sense of community and belonging. We feel united by participating in the madness, the humor, and the jokes, and the defiance of something that most people do not understand or appreciate and never will. There's just something very validating special about the look on people's face when you reveal the tale of the time you laid it all on the line with Pepe the Frog. Now you're rolling around in town with a Lambo, chilling in your furnitureless mansion, watching magic internet coins go up on your screen. It is the most abstract, absurd, iconic form of an inside joke reserved for the most deranged, degenerate, and absolutely insane people out there. Us, our crypto thing. That just so happens to also ironically be a form of investing. There are 3 more justifications for the value of meme coins to go. Stick with me here. First, listen up. Any crypto you're accumulating over the long term, make sure you are transferring off of exchanges to hold securely on multiple cold storage hardware wallets. Do not keep all of your degenerate meme coin eggs in one basket when dealing with this new cutting-edge pirate technology. Phantom Wallet is a set of 3 cards that work just like having a set of 3 house keys that function as backups. It's by far the easiest crypto hardware wallet to set up and use on the market right now. It's a sign of a credit card that fits perfectly in our regular day-to-day wallets, so we can buy, sell, trade, and transact crypto on the fly. And Ledger offers their premium crypto hardware wallet options like Ledger Cash and Flex devices with extra security layers. They are the first of their kind as a new crypto wallet category, which is a secure touchscreen, featuring a full keyboard and keypad, making it super user-friendly. Ledger is offering our community the best discount available on the market that comes with $10 worth of free Bitcoin for a limited time, so be sure to scroll down and use the links below to redeem all the special offers they have for us. Cool. 5. Anti-elitism and disruption of authority. Meme coins are the ultimate middle finger to elitism. They represent a disruptive force against traditional power structures in finance. Anyone, regardless of status or wealth, can participate. It's the ultimate equalizer, and elites cannot stand being equal with anyone. They don't want regular people like us having an equal chance at making it. And meme coins do just that. Level the playing field. 6. Celebrating irreverence and humor. Meme coins bring a special humor and intense irreverence, rarely seen in financial markets. Their names, Popcat, Bonk, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, Inu. Their branding, Pepe the Frog, Shiba Inu Dog, Popcat. Their marketing, shills all over X, Telegram, memes literally everywhere. All a creative and refreshing mockery and mimicry of internet culture. Memes are a form of self-expression, and meme coins are a way we can invest in that beauty. In a world where financial markets are typically dry, serious, stuffy, inaccessible, Meme coins offer a refreshingly playful alternative. And finally, lucky number 7. Memes as a social movement. Memes have become a medium of social and political commentary, and meme coins embody that as well. For many of us, participating in meme coins is a low-stakes way to express dissatisfaction with the current systems and the unfair distribution of wealth and opportunity. So, there we have it. Those were the 7 concepts that highlight the mix of irony, community, and anti-establishment sentiment at the heart and core of meme coins. It's all about mocking and bypassing the gatekeepers of traditional finance and finding value in collective culture, humor, and identity. And that is one of the main reasons the establishment hates crypto, because crypto is an extremely unifying force. The elites want us to hate each other, to be angry with each other. And in crypto, we are all one big crazy crypto fam. Sure, there's some tribalism with coins like Cardano versus Solana versus Ripple versus Bitcoin versus whatever coin. But at the end of the day, it's just all fun and games that can actually be profitable and life-changing. Amazing. Alright, now let's quickly compare the odds and probabilities of making money via the lottery versus the casino versus sports betting versus crypto. First, if you're here and watching this, you're probably already a degen gambling money on useless tech created as a joke, hoping to sell it at a higher price to another degen, and you bought it. So have some dignity and diversify your crypto investment strategy by learning about a product that generates profit by capitalizing on the volatility of the crazy crypto market. An AI-enhanced robotics crypto trader called Go Baby Trade. Here's how it works. Basically, we connect our Coinbase account to the trader, select which cryptocurrencies we want it to trade, and then it does what seems so far, in my experience over the last year, it's magic. Looking at the top traders over the past year, we can see that even a starting balance as low as $992 has taken over $1,209 worth of profits, a 122% gain overall. We've been getting a lot of great feedback from people about it since I posted this video about it, which you can check out by clicking in the link above. And as the market has been taking off lately, it's been performing crazy good. This thing has been an interesting addition to my overall diversification strategy in crypto that I've been testing out since the beginning of the year, working extremely well, and every week there is a free webinar to learn all about it where we can pass a button as well. So, click on the link below to sign up now. Alright, back to gambling in the wonderful world of meme coins and how it stacks up against other traditional forms of gambling. The lottery. The odds of winning the lottery is extremely low. It's like 1 out of 292 million. So the cost per ticket ratio is also not ideal. For every dollar spent, the average expected return if you manage to win is only like 50 cents. And it takes no skill, it's pretty random, you can't really get an edge. So it's extremely high risk with an extremely low return rate. Lame.
We just did something monumental. I've got Myron and Ingrid, and we just got so many skills done that we couldn't have done it without our team in the No One Left Behind Challenge. In fact, the last No One Left Behind Challenge of the year is coming up, and you have to register before December 2nd. Let's ask our team how many yeses we got this week. Guys, how many yeses do we get? 23! Oh my gosh, it's so freaking amazing. Work with the team. If you guys are trying to get into the No One Left Behind Challenge, work with the team, get your first deal, make sure you register.
Next, casino gambling. Casino games vary in odds of winning. Slot machines have an RTP or return to player between 85 to 97%, so for every dollar wagered, the expected return is about 85 to 90 cents. Table games like blackjack can have an odds edge of around 0.5 to 2% with optimal play, which requires a lot of skill and experience. Same with poker. Players can use strategies to increase their chances of winning over time. At the end of the day, casino games offer better odds than lotteries, especially when skill is involved. However, generally, casinos are structured to favor the house. Next, sports betting. Sports betting is more contingent on events, the market, and expertise of the bettor. Research suggests that most casual sports bettors have a long-term success rate of 45 to 47%. Knowledge of the sport, statistical analysis, and strategic betting can increase positive returns. What the fuck? Professional sports bettors have a better chance at making positive returns. However, it requires a substantial amount of skill and time. So sure, there's potential for making some money. However, most casual bettors lose money over time. Alright, finally! Crypto. Cryptocurrencies are volatile and influenced by market conditions. And market conditions have just flipped extremely bullish. Average returns depend heavily on timing. And if you're watching this now, in November 2024, timing is fantastic. Welcome to the crypto casino. Altcoins and meme coins experience highly speculative price action. During bull cycles, they rage high. During bear markets, they largely die out. This game is literally all about timing. The potential for significant rewards exists. The potential of losing everything equally exists. Informed investors who understand market trends, tokenomics, and the technology have a much higher chance of making money than those who randomly, whimsically buy. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to make the process of becoming an informed crypto fiend more straightforward and efficient. At the end of the day, across the board, the crypto market offers some of the highest potential rewards. However, it comes with high volatility and risk, and you need to have strategic investment knowledge to give you an edge. Or if you want to do the least amount of work when it comes to meme coins, use the link below to access Morales Money's homepage for free to see cryptocurrencies that are trending. Check it out. If we look at the max ROI column, we can see how much the price increased from when the algorithm added it to the trending list. And under the price 24-hour column, we can see how much it has increased over the past year. So the idea is buy to gamble on a token that recently got listed on the trending page, ride the wave up, and using the Morales line, which we can access for a huge discount using the link below, sell it when the trend flips from bullish to bearish on the weekly. Good luck and happy meme coining. Awesome. If you would like to learn more about building a trade and how it works step by step, check out this video. If you would like to learn how to use Tangent Wallet and transfer crypto off of exchanges to our own cold storage hardware wallet, check out this video. And to get a Ledger Stacks and Flex devices at the best discount on the market with $10 free Bitcoin, click on the link on the screen. Like and subscribe for more. Be safe out there.
Do not pay somebody to build you a Shopify store, because I'm going to do it free with 20 hand-picked products by myself, my expert team, and professionally written ad copy for all of those products at no charge. And if you don't believe me, I dare you to click on this ad, go to the next page, and see if I ask you for a single penny. And I'm doing this because I am a Shopify partner and an endorsed commerce coach by their platform, and they're actually going to pay me to build your store for you if you like your store and you actually keep it. And if you don't believe me, again, I'm going to share my screen right now. I'm going to show you how my software will build your store for you at no cost, as long as you take care of setting up your Shopify plan. All right, check this out. This is a quick example of what the store looks like. So you'll be able to have a top banner. You'll be able to have different products that are located in the store that we can select for you. They're all dropship products. And we're also going to have professionally written ad copy on the custom store for you. Now, you can build this in about 15 minutes using our free Express app. So here's the thing, all right? I'm about to show you the app, but in this video somewhere, there's a link you can click and you can get your very own Shopify store built by us.
You buy a 100 from the challenge, we will pass and manage it for you for free. And the best part,
Alright, so you want to become a meme coin, I don't blame you. Well, fortunately, the market is absolutely pumping, and millionaires are being printed every single day. So I want to make this video because not only are we going to go through the top meme coins of the cycle, we're also going to go through some hidden gems that people like Murad, who basically kicked off this entire meme coin cycle, are holding and have bought, but it's not really public yet. So I got a lot of goodies for you. Let's start here on market cap. Let's get some context to this meme coin party that everybody seems to be cashing in on. In the last 30 days, guys, we've gone from a $47 billion market cap up to a $70 billion market cap in just 30 days. And since Trump got elected, the 24 hours after that, we went from a $55 billion market cap, giant surge. They added $15 billion of value to meme coins in total, and that's allowed these sorts of results to happen. This is Kakashi on Twitter. He tweets these success stories with meme coins. He says this was $217 about 16 days ago, and this was the coin Mudan. And we're going to be talking about specific coins a little bit later in this video, but I want to show you the success stories first. $217 to $1.3 million in 16 days. You think that's impressive? You should check out this mad lad who bought $1,000 worth of peanut meme coin yesterday, and it's up to $1 million in one day. Have a look at this guy. Bought $1,100 worth, unrealized profit, $1 million in one day. Why is this possible? Well, because the fear and greed index has entered the green zone for the first time in a few months. You can see we had it earlier this year and people absolutely printed money. Well, it seems at the moment that and the opportunities are asymmetric. And opportunities everywhere are asymmetric, but memes specifically are outperforming other utility altcoins, and of course the big layer ones as well. Murad, who we're going to be talking about a lot. This guy basically single-handedly kicked off this meme coin run, and he's got some really strong philosophies around meme coins that he literally thinks that he's going to become a billionaire in 2025, and other billionaires and millionaires, potentially people like me and you, can be made with this very simple strategy. He says the best performing coins over the last 60 days, 11 out of 15 of them are meme coins. This is why it's called the meme coin cycle. You can see the best one being the SPX 6900, his strongest conviction. Something which I'm going to show you his portfolio. He holds $26 million worth, of which some people are like, oh, that's really biased, and it sucks that he holds $26 million worth because he's just trying to pump his own bags. And then other people are like, oh, it's good that he actually puts his money where his mouth is and he has skin in the game. So depending on where you fall, just know that he has a lot of money in almost all these tokens. We'll go through them in a second. But you can see 11 out of 15 of the highest gainers in the last 2 months have been meme coins. Now, this is Murad's officially published on his Twitter highest conviction list, and there's 10 of them. He posted this when he acquired 2.8% of the supply of the SPX 6900, which he thinks can get to a $100 billion level. But why I show you this is because this also has his 9 other highest convictions, as he says in there, with their targets on how high he thinks he can go, and the reason that he bought in, because he spent months in the Discords and in the Telegram groups of 10,000 meme coins, I believe he's claiming, and he said that these are the top 10. But however, there are 2 tokens that Murad is holding and Murad has bought. We have the receipts where he bought them that aren't on this list. I'm going to make sure you get those names of those 2 tokens in this video. We're going to investigate them together closer to the end. But it's important to know that you haven't missed out yet. A lot of people are like, oh, meme coins have come, now it's time to go into AI or gaming coins. If you're following someone like Murad and you're following historic prices, you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you. And in fact, if you're watching this video closely to the time I put this out, you're actually really early. Let's have a look at what Murad says. The real bull mania, market mania, always happens in the 4th year of the cycle. We're currently in the 3rd year of the cycle. The 4th year being 2025. 2025 is setting up to be the biggest year in the history of cryptocurrency, which is a massive hold. I think that you've had years where Bitcoin has gone 1,000, 2,000%. You've had things like 2021 where everyone was just making so much money. I would expect we will mention Altura and it would go up 15x overnight. It's insanity. And so to think that this will be the biggest year, which is next year, I'm just really excited personally. Top meme coin cults will offer the highest returns by far. This is the Murad thesis here. Top meme coin cults. Now, what sort of returns is he projecting? He says multiple meme coins, so I'm guessing that's at least 10 to 20 meme coins, will go above $10 billion in the cycle. And some of these meme coins aren't created yet, or still $10 million market cap. You've got a lot of potential if you know where to look. The best, and this is really something unique that he brought to the table. I'll also say Crashes Clay has the same thesis, who turned 15 grand into 15 mil, so they're both big dogs in the meme world. But you see now the target of 100 million, which the ceiling of what everyone else is projecting. If you're buying into a coin that has a $3 billion market cap, you feel like you've already missed it. Well, not really. If the ceiling is still be $100 billion, you've still got 33 years to go. He says this is a new
much bigger post-Doge paradigm. And let me show you guys how big that actually is. So this is the SPX 6900. This is Murad's strongest conviction. And it's funny when I show this graph because it literally is breaking the deck screen charts. In order to see how high it went, you look at this fell up. You see it's currently sitting at a $780 million market cap. It absolutely skyrocketed after months of consolidation and really blew everyone out. So that was very impressive. But let me put it in context for you. So this is Dogecoin, the biggest meme coin there is, and the biggest meme coin of the last cycle. It's currently sitting at $29 billion fully diluted value. However, we look at the historic value, it crossed the $80 billion level. People say it even crossed to the $94 billion level, but I think that was a wick and not necessarily a candle. But we can say that it could definitely cross the $80 billion level, which if we come back here and have a look at this graph, so this is up until 2021, just pre-bull market, and we go back here and be like, okay, have you missed this absolute rocket of a token has absolutely propelled into the atmosphere? Well, we're at a $775 million valuation. According to Murad, someone like CashStayCamping, the top meme coins are going to go to 100 billion. So you can see we would rank in about here. Where my mouse is still too high, about here. So halfway up this candle. So even if you're going to go to a $1.4 billion market cap like somewhere up here, you can still double your money. And if we were going to do what Doge did, bam, you would 8x your money there, bam, now you 10x your money there, 12x your money there. And we're still not there. You know, now it's a $40 billion market cap, now you're 50x your money. Now it's an $80 billion market cap and you've got that 100x on your money, even though it's currently sitting close to a billion. This is Murad's thesis, is that you're infinitely more likely to have a 100x holding what's called cult memes, more than gambling on new launches or being in the trenches, which is, to be fair, a couple of examples that I showed you at the start, both Moodang and Peanut, are the new tokens that are in the trenches. I'm going to go through the criteria in a second, but I want to show you one more graph to show you how early it is, potentially, with SPX or this meme coin list that Murad is talking about, is the portfolio holding, how early we are. So this is Dogecoin Blue on Google Trends, which shows you how much people are looking on Google for Dogecoin. Now, obviously this peak up here is going to coincide with the Dogecoin pumping, because that's when more and more people go further down the news cycle, the retail money, the dumb money as they call people, the mainstream are starting to get in, and everyone's neighbor and everyone's granddad is buying Dogecoin. That is when it's going to peak, and that's when we get out. That's called exit liquidity. I'm going to show you a graph in a second. I can actually pull it forward and show you now. You want to be here, accumulating these tokens in the green zone. That's where you get those 100x's. Most people in the mainstream are going to be accumulating at all-time highs. This is not what we want for ourselves. We want to be selling after reaching all-time highs and cashing in on those 100x's or 20x gains. And so you can see here, even Dogecoin, which is still the biggest out there, and we actually had it pulled up, so I'll grab it back again. So if we go back to the Dogecoin graph, you can see if we go to the last 7 days, we've had a 25% increase in Dogecoin, which is about $8 million added into that market cap, and it's it's had a very nice run up, 14 cents to 20 cents. That's a lot of volume going in to an old token, which, if you have a look at Google Trends, you can see that's how much demand is currently being looked at Dogecoin. Imagine masses come around. And so the SPX 6900, which is Murad's highest conviction new meme coin, is still less than 1. So you can't even tell in the relation to Doge how in demand this search is, because it's less than 1, people want 1,000, we don't know, we just know it's a lot smaller than Doge's interest, which Doge's interest is a lot smaller than what it peaks. So this is a sign that we are extremely early. Doesn't necessarily mean that SPX 6900 is where the money is going to flow, but that is our job, is to research these tokens and figure out where that money is going to flow when retail arrives. This tweet here by Murad went viral. It's one of his most seen tweets, I believe. It's about 458,000 words recently. And he said, this is millions of people who have been buying cult meme coins this cycle. So it's very important to understand this is how he's distinguishing between meme coins. There's going to be millions, tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of meme coins created, and only 0.0001% are going to make it and be able to make that money. He calls those the cult meme coins because they're the ones that treated more as religions than meme coins, really gathering so people aren't focused on the price more than the actual movement. The SPX 6900 is basically sticking it to the old school stock market, trying to flip the stock market and have a really high mimetic ceiling. And this is why he's saying that the younger kids and the younger generations will be buying up these cult meme coins, because the boomers bought up real estate. Real estate is insane, overloaded for people who weren't buying it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's now anyone can get a loan for it, and it's pushed all the prices through the roof. And then it transitioned to the S&P 500, which will give you 8 to 10% a year, which doesn't really out-earn monetary inflation anymore. But if you were earlier, you would be compounding your interest and having a lot of money being printed to cash. Then he says people have moved on to things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but he's saying this cycle you probably only hit a 2 or a 4x. Ether's already hit $3,000. You're going to hit 10 grand? We don't know, but that's still 3x on your money, which that doesn't excite people in crypto. Then you have altcoins, utility altcoins, which we discuss a lot on this channel. They say 100x marked up VC bags, meaning people are getting in early and they're not fairly launched. A lot of the team and a lot of the insiders are buying these tokens, and we're not really getting access to the 100x's. We may get a 4, we may get a 10x, but the 100x's aren't there for us. And then he says people get into perp trading, but he says that's hyper competitive between the whales that are out there with crazy amounts of bags to manipulate the market, big time institutions or quants or people who literally study these charts 18 hours a day and have advanced AI algorithms who are helping them trade. You don't really stand a chance if you don't know what you're doing. So people get pushed into this area here, the gambling meme coins, which he says most of the meme coins, he's like there's millions of them, there's tens of thousands being made every single day. You do have, and I agree with this, a 95% chance plus, maybe a 98% chance of losing money. Now, in a bull market, the asymmetric bet, like right now, I'm actually going to spend a week trading meme coins. I'm going to do documentary on the channel, so do subscribe if you haven't already, because I think it's an asymmetric bet because the market is so hot. We saw the greed index up here, and most things are pumping, so I think it's a favorable market. If you ever were to try and trade, it could be now, and I think this is where I land on this video. I'm going to show you all the cult memes that we're already getting into, the ones down here I'll talk about, but I'm also probably allocating 10 to 20% of my portfolio to the gambling memes, because they're the ones who can get you 100x overnight. With the cult memes, Murad thinks they're going to get you 100x over a year. And basically, yeah, if you don't want to gamble, if you don't have the time to gamble, if you don't know how to gamble, you're going to just buy cult meme coins from layer 1 exchanges. Buy and hold mentality, very strong communities, and shelling coins for funds involvement. He says all roads lead here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his favorite there. And before we discuss the 10 meme coins that he's called, plus the 2 that he hasn't really been as public about, I wanted to show you why he thinks that these are cult meme coins, not just it's how does he distinguish between the two? I'll tell you months, 1,000 plus different meme coins. But this is his criteria. When I'm not going to break his criteria down in full, come back to this video back here I put out 2 weeks ago where we literally go through this criteria and we find other tokens that Murad hasn't bought into yet that are fulfilling this criteria of a potentially future cult meme coin. But in this video I just wanted to really touch on this quickly. You want to buy meme coins that have no mimetic ceiling or a very large mimetic ceiling. If something can go with $50 billion market cap versus $1 million market cap, you've got more upside than one that's bigger. How do you distinguish that? Basically, how relevant is the meme? How much do people buy into the meme? How much money do people who like the meme, how much can they afford on that token? Buy coins that have undergone multiple negative cents. When he said this, I was like, that's actually cool. Because he waits study coins that have spent a long time under $10 million market cap. Another tweet, he said that's basically about 6 months. But anything that's been under $10 million market cap in 6 months and has undergone, say, 3 or 4 negative 70% pullbacks, it means there's no one there left to sell it back.
Missed you.
So that's why Murad swoops in then. Like the culture is bigger than the price, and this could be a cult meme. Study coins which have people hustling for free, who's out there working on behalf of the project. The community is going to work for the project, productivity, and there's going to be more attention on them. And then using bubble maps and hold a scan to check the distribution to make sure there's no insider trading or snipers that have been early. We'll go through that once again in this other video if you want to come and watch that after this one. But this is where he, in a long time under $10 million market cap, in another tweet, he says that's basically about 6 months. But anything that's
on. No bite. No bite. Fucking wall bang. Damn. Move. No.
I love my tissue. I love my tissue. You do too. I love my boy. I love my boy.
Yeah, see that's crazy.
Oh, you're giving out butter better than a waiter, dude.
Nigga, what?
I don't know, whoever was talking.
Who's giving out butter, bro? The fuck's that even, bro?
I don't know. You know what it means. Why you asking? You don't want to do
Ah! Now chill out now. You ain't finna be chasing your tail between my motherfucking legs now.
He's just shooting to shoot. Oh, it's this guy. Damn! That nigga should not have hit me, bro. That's crazy. There's no way you should have hit me there, gang.
I got you, bro. They're still back there.
Oh, that's crazy. That guy. Wanger. go. Yeah, I don't care. Let us go for the next two. We gotta get at least one more, bro. Oh, that's so sad. Y'all niggas suck. Y'all niggas suck. Can't tell me to suck. Fuck, niggas. Y'all got fun about two. Goddamn 6 kills. 6 y'all suck, nigga.
Plant the bomb. Oh, god damn it. Yo, where the fuck is all at? Fucking spawn. Yo, how the fuck? No. You okay, the boy? Good boy.
Yep.
No, he having a blast with that.
Oh, he's right
Is that
down
the
that
helicopter?
beat. No, he's right down the beat. Right below
Yeah, the helicopter.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit blew up.
That's him right there. You go ahead and
Right.
flank. I'm on left. Somebody go in the spawn, see if he's even
He's
flank.
in there. He's in there.
Oh, he's behind. Oh, he wasn't quick enough.
You don't have to tell us.
Got it.
Hey, if you are turning, you still got 50 up there.
bus. He's inside the bus. I don't see anybody in the tower.
Oh my God, she's right underneath the ladder. The B. Right underneath the ladder.
In the corner, right corner. To your left, to your left.
That sloppy shit won't cut it forever. Hey, Boom Boom, what's that, we? Hey, bro. Around that corner. Around that corner. Around that corner.
Inside the middle building up top.
He's dead.
One in the spawn. In the spawn too, man.
Defuse it. The last guy's over here on me. He's in B building. Oh, it's coming that way now.
Outside.
Liz got a seal too.
It's off everything or just certain ones?
I don't know, son. I was just looking at it. I read it more in depth. Above B. Above B. Oh my God. Oh no, Momo.
Why not? You can shoot through everything, bro. Oh, way downstairs. Climbing up the ladder right now.
I need me a cigar. Hey, Momo. I don't know about that one.
It's alright, bro. Inside the B.
Oh my God. Fucking B.
Help me! Help me! Momo! Revive me!
Damn it.
Appreciate you, man. I was down. I'm not down, but I wasn't out.
Mouth.
Facts. And
So
he has
that
to be
got you?
obliged, too. Yeah, facts. He's
Yeah,
happy
I
with
got-
it. Facts. Delicious.
All the way in they spawn.
This joint tripping, bro. My own teammate killed me, bro. Come on, bro. I killed, so what you gonna say I killed right here?
I ain't saying nothing, yo. I ain't saying nothing, yo.
That's some bullshit.
I'm about to kick Itchy out the plane.
Fucking bro, exactly, I kill. You want an
This
ass.
is thin ass sheet metal, bro. Of course I'm gonna shoot through. You guys are dumb. Big 5.56 bullets.
Gotta be
Let's
dumb
more or
shit.
less just,
I need how many more kills? 29. Huh? Yo, where? Why would I go to the grocery store with you?
here with me.
bro.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, bro.
It's been under $10 million market cap for 6 months and has undergone say 3 or 4 negative 70% pullbacks. It means there's no one there left to sell their bags. Everyone who's not a real believer in the mission has got out. They're like, this wasn't the one. And so that's why Murad swoops in then and be like, the culture is bigger than the price, and this could be a cult meme coin. Study coins which have people hustling for free, who's out there working on behalf of the project, a community who's going to work for the project, there's going to be more productivity, and there's going to be more attention on them. And then using bubble maps and hold a scan to check the distribution to make sure there's no insider trading or snipers that have been early. We go through that once again in this other video if you want to come and watch that after this one. But this is where he personally landed, these 10 meme coins here. Because one thing you don't see here is these are Murad's 10 favorite meme coins. Great, but we don't know what weighting he's put into each one. So in our portfolio, which we made for our inner circle, if you're not in our inner circle, there's a link in the description below. I'll tell you more about that in a second. We will make this portfolio also available in the link in the description for free for anyone watching just on YouTube who haven't decided they want to join our inner circle yet. Because if you want to mirror and get the exact same results that Murad has got, you want to buy it in the same ratio that he owns it. You wouldn't buy it individually divided. So you can see locking down here is just 0.74%, while SBX is 70%. You can come over here to the portfolio. Don't have a look at this. I believe this is a scam coin that just came in as I've been recording this video. I don't think he actually has $26 million of this, which should get filtered out soon. Otherwise, it's something that's absolutely run and we should all look into. But I believe that this is just a scam that someone has sent in. You can see SBX has got $5 million worth of. If you come down to something lower, like Apu's only got $279,000 worth. Now, if you did want to mirror his portfolio exactly inside the inner circle, we literally have a walkthrough video on how to mirror Murad's 2024 portfolio, where we walk you through not only weighting and exact
that's another one right here.
His portfolio, but we'll literally go through, use the decentralized exchanges and buy them step by step.
Yep.
One of the tokens that we actually mentioned inside of our inner circle earlier is this Skibidi token down here. You can see it's only less than 1% of his portfolio, but for me personally, I'm talking about this token in a little bit more detail than what Murad says on specifically. It's currently at a $56 million market cap. Inside of our circle, it was at a $30 million market. And this is a token that we had a receipt of him buying. And we're like, okay, this seems like somewhat of a no-brainer. A lower market cap, official Murad purchase token. And it went on to, which we're going to jump into a little bit more in a second, go from that $30 million market cap level up to the wick here, but we'll just go a nice 2x up to a $60 million market cap. Let's pull back a little bit to $51 million market cap. But this is why, guys, you want to be inside something like our inner circle so you can get these tokens ahead of the mainstream.
Fuck out of here.
Another banger that you missed out on not yet being inside of our inner circle. So we have wallet trackers inside the circle where we track the best traders in the world. One of them being Kyle Chastain, who literally made tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars in crypto. He bought this token called Reality Spiral, RSP, on 29th of October. Our wallet tracker sent us this alert, and it literally came in before Kyle Chassis alerted his entire community. Like, we got this alert because we saw his wallet buy it 2 hours before he alerted his own community that he bought it. Now, if you have a look at the time that he bought it with and compare it to the graph of the token when you got the alert, it literally went from a $400,000 market cap, we can measure this out together, up to a 2.78, actually a $3 million market cap. So 6x in just the next 10 hours. We followed these Hall of Fame traders. People have called the 100x token before. People like Murad, people like Becca, people like Elliot. Look for their wallet addresses, look for their portfolios, and mirror them so we can get the same results as them, whether that's 10x's, 100x's, or 50% losses. We know we're trading like the best people out there. People have literally made $10 million in crypto. And I put this up there because I want access to the information that those 100x traders, the whales, the insiders, or the friends and family of all the developers, I wanted to have the information that they don't have. Because if you have the narrative, say that this is the next Doge, you might be talking about the SPX 6900. If you got in at a $10 million market cap, or a $1 million market cap, or you get in at a $100 billion market cap, it's the same narrative, the same token, the same thesis, just worth further down the news cycle. So literally we built all these tools so we can break down people who are further up the news cycle, look at their portfolio portfolios, you can see what they're already holding of investments. If you look at their social media, you can see what they're talking about. If they have a tweet about a new token, we get the information first. And we reverse engineer from their socials, both their YouTube and X accounts, in order to get their wallet so we can see when they're buying or selling a new token. Which you can see even just last night. This came in last night. This was obviously 9:15 p.m. my time. We saw that Carl Chassis sold SPX 1600, the token that we're actually talking about in this video. Now, what did he buy with it? Well, he bought 26,000 or $91,000 worth of something called Pepe coin. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I've never actually heard of Pepe coin before. And what I saw, which was interesting, is a really cool looking website. But apparently it's the OG Pepe coin. And these are things that I wouldn't really come across without that sort of alpha from inside the oil tracker in the circle. Because this Pepe coin apparently was from 2016, which predates Pepe coin, the Cabal Pepe coin as they're calling it now, that's at a $4 billion market cap. And Carl Chassis bought in, so that was exactly the price, $3.40. And just last night, because we've got favourable market conditions and we've got influencers buying, $3.40 is down here. It shot up now to $5.40, and there's so much liquidity that you could put in Carl Chassis. A lot of money in here, and they don't always pay us, but historically they are asymmetric bets to make. I mean, this was an insane one. This was a John alert that came through our Wallet Tracker from Socials, where he bought this token at a 10 project at a $10 million market cap level, shot up to the wick of the candle at 104 million over the next maybe week or two. And this was a really nice one for me. I just dollar cost average on my way up, because you have to be careful. Insiders can sell off really quickly, so you gotta know when you need to buy and when you need to sell. John actually hasn't sold any, because the other thing our Wallet Tracker does is track when they make sales. So I'm getting a lot of questions on Twitter. I want to join you in the circle. I want access to those Wallet Trackers. How do I join it? Guys, just scroll down below and it says join the inner circle here. Click that link and you'll get access to all the software and all the breakdowns inside, so you can stop trading like the mainstream and start trading like the insider. You can also click this link down here and access the Wallet Tracker. They will be the exact place, just because I know some people use the Wallet Tracker and some people use the circle. Either of those links to that place. So let's get back to these tokens that are inside Murad's official portfolio. We literally have buy receipts for them, but they're not in there these top 10 convictions that we post about them on Twitter. They seem to be under the radar. I'm going to talk to you about both of them. And then I'm going to compare them to another play, so you can make a decision if you're buying meme coins, which way that you want to go. Because the other play, Murad thinks is going to be more profitable than this. But I thought this was interesting, because this is normally how I trade, which is, I can show you this, going down the market caps of cryptos to trade potential 100x's, the things that aren't in the $1 billion market cap here. Bitcoin, like Murad was saying, maybe has a 2 or 3x's cycle, where something way down the market cap, whether that be gaming, memes, or AI, something with a $10 million market cap can very easily 100x to that sweet $1 billion level. And so Skibidi is pumped up, since we talked about in the circle, to a 65, had a nice pullback, sitting around a $50 million market cap. Now apparently this is a meme with kids, Skibidi toilet, and he thinks that those kids and that retail money is going to be flooding into exchanges, that this hopefully will be listed, and the other tokens, the meme coins, will be listed on those tier 1 exchanges and allow people to buy and sell very quickly without having to use DEXs. On Twitter, Murad talked about Skibidi basically once. And he replies on September 27th to this guy about the hidden gems of Solana. And Murad says in the $10 mil to $100 million range on Solana, here are his top picks. And these are all very familiar looking ones, except for SCF, which we've talked about. Julius, very good. Becca might be mentioning SCF very soon. But apart from that, they're the ones that you see in these top 10 tokens. However, someone said, what about the $0 to $10 million range? And you can see Murad put Skibidi down here, and it's no longer in the $0 to $10 million range. We've already missed that first pump, but it's something that is way lower than the rest of his portfolio. If we look at the market cap here, $56 million market cap here compared to the hundreds, if not $1 billion market caps of these other recommendations. But you may also notice something very peculiar. The $2.8 million market cap for funding. $2.8 million, guys, that's insane. That would still fit the $0 to $10 million level. So let's have a look at the fungi graph. Well, it fits most of his criteria. It has been more than 6 months. It has had 70% pullbacks, but multiple 70% pullbacks. A little bit of a run up recently. I believe this was Murad induced up to an $8 million level, but it's only currently at a $2.6 million market cap. It's a very interesting looking project. I'll let you research it on your own. But I want to show you what Murad said about it, because April 16, he tweeted, a 6 million fully diluted value for a new token standard, ERC20i, developing a marketplace for subscriptions on EVM chains. There's a chance you might be seeing it all over your timeline soon. Multi-month hold or zeros. You can see this is a degenerate play. Mine's over zero. He's also acknowledged that. These all markets are guys. Don't be delusional out there. Just make sure you're only playing with people. He's saying multi-month hodl with Moon. Now what would Moon be? Well, it was already a $6 million market cap when he was getting into it and he was promoting it. So at a $2 million market cap, you've got a 2.5x until it gets back to the actual, to the level where he was talking about it. And to be fair, he did hit that 22 or that $18 million market cap after we talked about it. So he wasn't necessarily wrong, but he hasn't sold yet. He's still holding. And so just based on narrative alone, this could do decently well. However, this is what I'll leave you with. This is what Murad and even Crash's Clay, the two meme coin messiahs, have been the most in my mindset. Is you lower the market cap, normally works in crypto, but he's saying in meme coins, in order for the mainstream dumb money to have access to these tokens, the tiniest tokens aren't going to be the ones giving you the biggest results. So we put together on top of the portfolio Murad's own expected ROI for each individual token, meaning these are the ones that he's published and talked about and how high he thinks it's going to go. You can actually see here the target over this side. That's how high he thinks each of these tokens are going, and this is how far off it is. And you can see the number one ROI he believes is the one with, I believe, the third biggest market cap. And then 134x left for the cardio, but still in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Where you've got Skippy and you've got Fungi, and he hasn't actually said what sort of ROI he's going to get. But if you have a look at something like Lock-in, which has a similar market cap now at least, to Skibidi, it's only predicting a 50x return, which is a pretty hilarious thing to say, only a 50x return. But according to Murad, according to his thesis, 2025 is going to be absolutely euphoria for us all. And a 50x might not be. So what do you think? Let me know. Make sure if you want to join in the circle, the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Machine learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if some machines can keep up.
Let's welcome our new coworker, Jeff.
Copier, that's a great idea.
Wonder if it's the same idea as yesterday.
It's a performance issue, really. I know people push your buttons, but you still have to deliver.
Anything can change the world of work. ADP Assist is AI, informed by workplace data, and designed for the next anything.
We get upgraded? Travel is more rewarding as an Advantage member.